Okay, hi everyone. I just want to give you a quick tutorial on skies and clouds. And I have a little canvas here in front of me. It's a 10 by 16, and it's primed. I have primed 2 quarts of primer, just a cheap oil-based primer, 2 quarts, and quick sand makes it nice and smooth. Now I'm painting clouds today just to demonstrate clouds and how they work and how to create the shape of clouds, okay? So you have a light side and a dark side. Now I have a picture of it here on my tablet. I don't know if you can see it, but we're going to be painting a nice grey sky with some really stormy clouds going across the canvas, alright? Now I'm going to put the camera down on my palette so you can see, and I'm going to try and come back and forward to my palette then with the video if I can do that on my computer, so bear with me. I'll just put the camera down, okay? Won't be a sec. And there we go. Now, let's get cracking with this sky. What I'm going to do is, I'm just going to dip into my turpentine as usual, dry it off, and I'm going to go into some cobalt blue, okay, and some white. Now plenty of paint, okay, don't be afraid, plenty of paint on it. And let's go into a little tiny bit of, let's see, tiny bit of cadmium red, and what's this, no nice warm colour. So let's start at the top. And bring that down. Now I want it more grey than blue, okay, so I'm going to add a tiny little bit of burnt umber into that. Some more blue. I wanted a nice, more of a browny kind of a grey, a warm grey as they say, okay. We don't want this to be too blue. Now take some more white and put that into that mix, and as we come down it's going to get lighter and lighter. Okay. Now I hope you're seeing this all right. In fact, I'll turn the canvas just slightly there. That's better, isn't it? These darn lights. Now let's take some cobalt blue again. The tiniest bit of burnt umber again. Tiniest little bit, okay? Just on the edge of the brush. And let's take more white and bring that down. Now actually we'll dip into a little bit of naples yellow as well. And I want there to be a little bit of sunlight just at the bottom of the sky here, where it's going off into the distance. There we go. And again, over on this side. Now it probably looks quite greeny on the camera, so I'm going to put some more naples yellow into that, and perhaps a fair bit of white, okay? And try and brighten this up for you because it looks a little bit greeny on the camera. And in fact what we could do is just dip directly into the white, and right where them two colours meet, put some nice white across there, and that prevents the blue from mixing in with the yellowish colour underneath and turning green. But we're going to be putting a fair bit of cloud on this sky anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. We're going to be covering a lot of this with nice rich grey clouds. Now put some more white on my palette. Okay. And this is really just a bit of practice. This is not going to be a very long video. It's just a bit of practice more than anything, just to show you how clouds can be painted. and basic form of clouds. And you can apply this then to your own paintings as you go. Now, we'll just get some clean tissue. I'm changing my tissue every now and again just to keep the colours nice and bright and clean. And I'm still not happy with that colour at the very end of the painting, so I'm going to go into some Naples yellow and perhaps take a tiny little bit of red just to make it nice and warm. Maybe some nice bright sunlight colour at the bottom of that. That's better, isn't it? There we go. And just pull that up then into that colour above. That's it. Now let's take our blender brush and let's just go along and blend all that across with the blender brush. Now I'm just giving it a little clean here. Right. Blend it all across. There we go. Right, now clouds. Now the reason I put this colour on here is so that when I'm painting the highlights of the clouds, that we have a nice dark behind that highlight. Okay. Now in fact I'm going to make this even slightly darker just along the top here. So I'm going to dip into some cobalt blue and a little bit of black as well. Alright. Because I want this to be nice and rich up here. There we go, that's a bit better. Because I want those highlights on the top of those clouds to really stand out. So just bear this in mind when you're painting clouds. If you're painting a white cloud, you need to have something a few shades darker behind it to really show that cloud off. Okay? So I've just made that now a little bit darker there, can you see? Only slightly. There we go. Take that off the canvas there. Now, that's a little better. I'm just going to put a little bit more just along the top. Maybe add a touch of brown into that mixture. And just keep that nice and warm. Because I want this to be a warm, stormy sky, not a wintry sky. Now, so, now clouds. Now I'm still not happy with that up on the top there, so I'm going to go a little darker again. Because I want this to be really dark. I really do. There we go. That's a little better. And this is just for the beginners out there, really. Just a bit of messing around with the brush here now. We'll see what kind of clouds we can put onto the canvas. Just to give you a general idea of how it all comes together. Right, now let's start with the clouds. So I'm just going to take any brush that you have. It was normal. Worn brush. Any worn brush that you have, it doesn't have to have a perfect edge on it, because these little splayed ends here are perfect for forming clouds and making it very random. Okay, so, and let's go across. Let's start here. Now I'm doing upward strokes. Okay, circular movement, and I'm flicking it up. And I'm not making it all the same. I'm going up and down and up and down. You see? Now I'm going to add a little bit more blue into that, just to make it a little more bluey. That's better. There we go, just like that. And then we have another big one over here. And let's do the same mix again. I want this really, really dark now. And it tapers off then almost into nothing here. And I want this really dark. Now we're going to be working white into this in a minute, and that's going to create lots of different tones It's going to be lovely. Now I've just added a tiny bit of red into that. I don't know if you saw there. Just a tiniest little bit of red. Just into that, just to give it a little bit of colour. Because we don't want it to be too uniform, you know. We don't want it to be the same all the way. A little bit of colour here and there, that's all. Now, and then we have a really dark one right in the centre. I'm going to mix some of my black with a tiny bit of brown. Just to make that slightly warmer, okay? There we go, that's right there. Now, and then just down underneath we have a couple of dark ones just off in the distance. So I'm just putting a tiny bit of white into that dark colour there, okay? And I'm just coming across here with some cloud formations off in the distance. And notice they're almost completely horizontal. Well, they are in fact completely horizontal. Right across. Okay? There we go. And this is going to be a very busy sky. And this is one that you can use for a lot of your paintings. Let's put some cloud way off in the distance over here. So remember, this is just the shadow part that I'm doing here now. Alright? You see how fast now that took there? Very, very quickly doing that. Now, I'm going to put... I think I'm going to put another dark one just in under this one as well. Now don't copy this exactly, this is only just a quick tutorial. You can mess around with this yourself and make your own clouds, you know. Make your own ones, you don't have to copy mine at all. Right, now let's start with the white, and this is where the fun happens, and this is where it all changes very quickly. Okay, so white, I'm gonna, let me see now. I'm just thinking, will I switch brushes? Perhaps. No, I keep the same brush. Give it a good clean out, and then dip into some naples yellow, just a tiny bit, and plenty of white. I want a really bright white for this. Load up your brush, just like this, and then again, circular movements. Okay? Small circular movements. And then work it down into that grey underneath. And already, you can see it's getting all different shades, lights and darks going through it. Isn't that lovely? And we'll be putting other highlights on this now again later. Now don't go too far down into those darks. We want to keep a lot of that shadow in the cloud. There we go. And just blend it down in as you're going along. You see that? We blend this one in here. Isn't that just very easy, isn't it? Isn't that so easy? And just like that we have a cloud. Now, you can play around with these as much as you like. You don't have to spend too much time on it either. It's entirely up to yourself. But I'm going to try to keep it as simple as I can here now, just for you. A bit of practice. And of course you can play around with different colours as well. Now, notice how I've just pushed this cloud back just by putting a bit of white just in front of it here. I'm bringing it down. Automatically that pushes the other cloud back behind it. You see how easy it is? And all I'm doing is little circular movements on the canvas. Very small circular movements. That's all I'm doing. So let's go up again, this cloud, and do the same up here. There we go, nice and bright up on the edge. And then when your brush gets dirty, give it a wipe with a tissue and go back into your white again. Let's take a tiny bit of that naples yellow again, just to get some sunlight hitting the edge of those clouds. You see that? And this is just practice. And the more you do this, the better you'll get. There you are. There we go. That's a nice one, isn't it? That's a nice cloud. Now, let's go back into our white again. And just put some flicks here and there. Because it doesn't have to be completely round. There's a couple of clouds floating around here and there. Okay. And just a couple flicks, because the sky is very busy. Okay, so there's going to be little bits of clouds floating along. Now I think next I will take a slightly smaller brush and I'm going to come down here to these ones and just put a bit of highlight on the top of those. So again, into the white, and a tiniest little bit of naples yellow. Let's go along here and just rub that along the top edge. Okay, very simple. And I'm keeping these more horizontal now because I'm following the clouds that are there. So I'm not doing big circular movements, I'm doing small ones. And that's how perspective works. The further away it is, the more horizontal it's going to be. And that's what gives you the depth in a painting. And I hope you're trying this now at home as well. I really do, because you don't know what you're missing. You get really satisfaction out of doing this. And of course with clouds you can be very free. Very, very free. You can just mess around with it. And not one cloud is exactly the same as another cloud. So, that is the basis of the sky. So what I want to do now is just get some nice bright highlights just around some of these clouds here, okay? But first, I'm going to just take my blender brush and I just want to soften some of these in here. Now I'm doing little circular movements with this, okay? That will give you a nice little arch in the cloud. And as well, from the bottom up, nice little circular movements. There we go. And that gives the cloud its shape. Now don't use your blender brush if you don't want to. You can use your fingers or a bit of tissue, and each one has a different effect. There we go. It's just softening these brush strokes now, just softening everything together. That's all I'm doing. That's nice now, isn't it? There we go. Now, that looks quite nice. Okay, What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my little smaller brush and I'm going to get some really bright highlights on this. So I'm going into some Naples yellow again, and this time a touch of cadmium red, just a tiniest little touch of cadmium red. Okay, but more yellow than red. Now, let's go in here and just pick a point and just put some little highlights on the edge of those clouds, just here and there. Just where the sun is coming down and catching the edges of those clouds. See? And that really adds to the painting. Just here and there. Don't go crazy. And we'll do a few over here, I think. Now, we'll overlap this cloud here with some, and that'll push everything back again further. Just like that. See? And you can go on and on with this as much as you like. But just try not to overdo it. And one across here. I'm trying to straighten this one out here just slightly. That's a little bit better. And the same with this. I just want to straighten that slightly. So now we have all these different layers of cloud, one after the other, cutting across the sky. Now, as well as the highlights, we can put in some extra shadows down underneath. So I'm going to take some of the cobalt blue, some of that black and a little red. Okay, and just let's come down in here and put some shadows in. Nice dark shadows here and there, and I'm just flicking the brush up slightly. Now you don't have to do this at home if you don't want to. If you don't feel comfortable doing this, you can just leave it as it is. It's just perfectly fine as it is, but I'm just putting in these extra darks just here and there. Okay, and I'm going to even these out again in a minute with some highlights. Now, I'm going to take my blender brush and just blend some of that together. Okay, just blend it up into the cloud gently. You can blend it down, or you can go sideways. Really doesn't matter. Now, blend those highlights down. So it's going to be nice and soft, nice soft clouds. But at the same time they're full of rain. That's the impression we're trying to get. That's a bit better there now, isn't it? Okay, and then blending it off then into the background, into the canvas. Pushing the paint into the grain of the canvas. There we go. That looks like a real stormy cloud now, doesn't it? Typical Irish sky. Now, and we're almost done with the sky. I think I might just take my pointy brush, my small pointy brush, I can find now, yeah, and take some of that bright highlight again, Naples yellow and white, and just here and there, just put in a couple of little flicks of bright colour. See, that really sets off the cloud. And again, just along the bottom here. And let's do one just in here. See? And you use your finger just to blend that in. Now, that's a nice sky, isn't it? I'm just going to soften it now just a little bit more because I want it nice and soft. Yeah, that's better. And if you're watching this on YouTube, just subscribe and give me a like and follow my videos. I have different videos every week. In fact, in the next day or two I'll be putting up a nice autumn scene. There we go. Now we need to give this some land, because at the moment it's just floating in mid-air. There's nothing underneath it, okay? So we need to give it some land. Now I'm going to take my big brush, my big flat brush, and I want a nice dark landscape here now, so let's go into some burnt sienna and some burnt umber and a little bit of naples yellow, and let's just cut across here like that. Alright, and I'm going to bring it up slightly on both sides, and I'm just going to create a little bit of drama with this. Now, excuse me, a little bit of black as well. Let's get it nice and dark down here. And this is a very rough Irish terrain, very mountainous kind of an area. Typical Ireland. I just fill this all in across here. And let's go into some naples yellow, a little bit of white, and just put a dart of sunlight just across. There we go. And this is going to be very simple now. Let's just take some black and some burnt umber, and let's just put in some grasses and all sorts of things coming along. I'm just flicking my brush up, that's all I'm doing. Now I might actually use my knife there in a minute and put some real highlight across there, so I don't need to go crazy with this. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do right now. I'm going to get my... dip into some cadmium yellow, some naples yellow, and some white. And I'm just going to pull some light colour just across here. There we go. And that's creating a nice light effect across there, isn't it? The sun is just catching the land just there. And it's just a nice simple sky with a little bit of ground, that's all it is. And as I said, it's just to give you the basics of painting a cloud. No. There we go. And then I'm taking some cadmium yellow and some white, and that's going to really bring out some light in here. And there we go. So now, let's just take some burnt sienna and burnt umber and just come down here on this side with that. And just blend it gently across into that. There we go. And then again with the reeds and the grasses, just here and there. Now you can use your fan brush for this as well if you like, and that will create some lovely texture. but I'm just doing this as a quick tutorial just to focus on the sky. I don't want to take from the sky, so I'm not doing too much down here with these grasses and things. And I think that is not bad at all. Now, I reckon we should put a little tree in, perhaps a little tree in this side falling across, just to give it something, to give it a bit of life. Because a painting should have a little bit of life in it. It shouldn't be just landing a bit of sky. It should have a little something in it, I think. So let's just put a little tree, little wiggle, and leave it fall over. Okay. A little wiggle, leave it fall over. Now in the photograph I'm looking at, there's no tree, but I'm going to put a tree in anyway. I'm going to use my artistic license and put a tree in. See, you can do whatever you like with a painting. That's a nice little tree, isn't it? Coming into the painting and falling over. It's really been blown around by the wind. There we go. A couple of flicks just here and there. And this just helps with the drama, creating drama in the painting. You see? A little tree, all by his own. He looks a little lonely, don't he? So I think I might put a person in with him, but first I'm just going to just tap some one or two highlights just along here where the sun is catching it. Just here and there. Okay. And then a little shadow just on the ground. So I'm going to take my small flat brush that I was using for the clouds and dip into some of that burnt umber. And let's just put a little shadow of that tree cutting across here. There we go. And you don't have to do this at home. I just decided last minute just to put this in to give it a bit of life. And I suppose we could put in someone walking through as well, couldn't we? A little man walking through the field. So let's take a little bit of red. Red is always a good colour because it pops out. And we'll put that, let's pick a point, let's put it here. Slightly off centre, okay? And he's going to be holding a stick. He's probably walking the old dog or something. Could be up around the meadows here on Harry Hill. There we go. So top half of a carrot and the bottom half of a carrot. And a little stick coming down. And we'll do a little bit of hair for his head. And let's see, now let's just do a little bit more on the bottom half there. Let's just, there we go, that's a bit better. And we'll put a little highlight just on one side of his top there, just where the sunlight is going to catch it. And don't forget, little shadow coming out. Okay. And that is it. The last thing we have to do is sign. So let's take some light colour, some white, a bit of naples yellow, whatever you have on your palette. And let's just go over here and sign. S Conway. And there we go. I don't think that turned out too badly at all. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and watch out for more. There'll be more on the way very, very soon. I hope you liked it, and I do hope you give it a go. So thank you so much, and God bless. Bye bye.